YouTube world, what is going on? Welcome to the 95 North Sports Machine. I am your host, Berto, joined by my guy, Antoine Smitty Smith, Chris Tipmore, and let's get it, GA. What is going on, fellas, man? I know we are all in our individual ways pissed off about the performance today in Atlanta, who spent a little too much time in Bourbon Street than they did in the Dome, man, or in the Benz, as they call it, man. Falcons dropped this one 17-20, man. So, man, without further ado, we're gonna go right into it. We're gonna recap the, for the lack of better terms, man, the shit show that Younghoe Koo unveiled in today's game. I know he's probably the primary reason why we lost. I know a lot of folks are pinning their frustration and let's say and this game entirely on Younghoe Koo's leg, but there are other little things that went left in this game that we have to shift and put focus on as well. But Smitty, GA, Chris, man, right quick, what do you got? How you guys feeling after this loss, man?
Man, honestly, I'm pissed off in so many ways, and people can blame Younghoe Koo all they want, but Zach Robinson's situation of play calling was absolutely fucking horrible this game. We was in the red zone more time than a little bit, and he was calling bullshit plays. Do y'all remember first and goal on the 1.5 yard line, and we damn near did not score, had to wait to the fourth down to score? You have a 6'5" receiver and a 6'6" tight end. Throw a back shoulder fade or something if the run not working. Or try a sweep play. That may work because Bijan was running all over the Saints. He had another game of 100 yards from scrimmage. And you mean to tell me your situation of play calling was this goddamn bad that we only scored 17 points? A lot of those situations where Younghoe Koo kicked the field goal, those should have been Falcons touchdown. It shouldn't even have to come down to Younghoe Koo. I'm gonna keep it real because they were moving the ball down at will. And then the second half, you cannot blame it on the goddamn defense, not once, because they locked down, they adjusted, and they gave you more than one opportunity to win this goddamn game. Point blank.
Remind Smitty that this is a defense that gave the ball back to the Falcons on back stops. On defense.
Exactly. Only 3 points in the second half. Make that make sense. And you mean and then Kirk Cousins? I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
Threw that fuck shit ass interception to Tyrann Mathieu.
Why were we even throwing it? We were running it down their fucking throats, bro.
Not only that,
it was 31.
He almost threw an interception in the end zone when Bijan had the linebacker beat going on a quick out. All he had to do was throw the ball behind Bijan and Bijan right past that linebacker. But again, situational play call is something we've talked about the last 3 years. And again, it's still rearing its ugly head simply because you can't string together a consistent play calling game. We took 2 steps back today offensively. So man, look, I'm just so out of this shit, man. But go ahead. One of y'all go ahead.
Yeah, so let me say something right quick. So this was here. You know, I felt like Kurt took a step back in this Falcons offense in this game today. He was doing some stuff that he did when he first started as a Falcon, which was rushing through his progression. This was really in a game where the New Orleans Saints do not have a pass rush to strike fear in anybody's heart, right? So relatively, Kurt was kept clean all game, but he was rushing his progressions. And we touched a little bit about, sure, it was Younghoe Koo and his antics that cost the game. But I want to say also it was Kirk's decisions on certain plays, man. There was a lot of times that if he'd gone through his progressions the correct way without feeling any pass rush, this game could have been a blowout. I could count on my hand the amount of times Kyle Pitts was open either on the underneath flat or on a go route on the sideline.
That interception, Kyle Pitts was wide fucking open.
On the choice route.
Hold on. Let me explain that drive right there. So that drive right there. So Kyle wasn't the intended target in that route. He was more the clear guy. He needed to clear it out in order for Drake to come in on the bottom and hit the slant in the middle. So I don't think that Kyle got depth enough in his route to allow Drake a clean release in the middle of the field. That's what allowed Tyron.
But if you hit Drake right there, if you hit Pitts right there, that's just 5 yards. That keep the drive going.
It does. And you know, and of course,
and Willie Gay did, and he got dipped too. The linebacker did get dipped, so the throw was there.
Yeah. I mean, so but my thing is Kurt rushed too much for his own good that allowed too many points to be on, left on the board for these Falcons, man. This should have been a goddamn blowout more than anything. And I'll tie this in at the end because this game here concerns me going forward for these Atlanta Falcons, but I won't give too much into it. I like to give Chris and GA, a chance to.
I mean, just on that play right there, we're talking about, okay, you hit Kyle Pitts, but my thing is, even before the play was calling, we were running the ball down their throats on that drive. I'm trying to figure out why did we even go away from that? They wasn't stopping nothing. You feel me? So I just don't understand why you go away from that. It's always in sports. It's a thing that's like a pet peeve to me. And it's like going away from the hot hand. When you go away from the hot hands, why are you doing that? I understand Kurt has been phenomenal, but it was clearly to see in the first half that the offense wasn't on schedule and Kurt was a little off here and there. The offensive line held up well, but in certain situations, they were a little off. But what was on was that run game. That was on.
Oh, yeah.
181 yards. 181 yards on the ground, family.
Bro, they won every aspect of the game. Time possession, first down, pass yards, rush yards. But we beat ourselves with penalties. Missed kicks, inaccurate, inept play calling, and red zone offense. So we beat ourselves.
We got punched in the mouth. Yes, the defense did wonders in the second half and held us. But we just can't skip over the fact that we did give up 17. Bro, we gave up over 100 yards to a dude that just got on the team. I'm not letting that ride. Montez Valdez-Scantling should have not came in giving over 100 yards on this defense. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Second half, I give you your grace. You did what we always do. Shut down in the second half. I'm not surprised at that. What I'm surprised is that you letting this cat who coming up, this guy ain't even no starter. Family ain't even been no starter. Family a 1000% journeyman. And you let him come in and take off the top of your defense. This man caught a touchdown on 3 of our best defenders. I'm not letting that ride.
And AJ Terrell played like ass this game. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. His ass was nowhere in sight this game. Just like when they threw that short touchdown pass at the goal line, you let him juke you, and you just out of the play as soon as it snapped, and you get behind him with no help in the middle. They just play call just trash this game, man.
Bro, and we got off the bus looking like trash, like absolutely that, like it was the Seahawks game all over again. And the thing about it is, I had faith that we would some kind of way win this game because they kept giving us opportunity. The Alvin Kamara play alone, I'm just like, man, I love football.
He channeled his inner Saquon on that one. He's like, "No, let me just drop it and give you guys the ball back." So I was
many blown opportunities.
Man, it was
so
crazy.
Many blown opportunities. Everything that could have went wrong in this game did go wrong, and you still had an opportunity to win.
Yeah, go ahead, GA, give it to him, man.
GA looking like a rice cooker over there. He about to blow.
Carrie says, "I'm down bad."
Give it to him.
I'm down so
because outside of Grady and Amanyata, that the defensive line, just the line.
You changed your screen emoji there. Oh no.
And then we didn't want to do nothing for the trade deadline. Boy, y'all folk tripping, bro. Then we didn't want to do nothing for the trade deadline. We're gonna believe in the guys. Us as analysts and content creators, we got to tell you the way of thinking of the team, and that's all that we were trying to say. We all were saying, let's go get another pass rush. We got fool's gold last week. Yes, you got against Dak, but the Falcons always sacks against Dak. You want to keep it real. So it's just like at the end of the day, bro, like you didn't make that move too. And now
hold up.
And you on the ground. It's just crazy, dog.
Hey Kofi, I see you.
Exactly. We know it. I
see you Tuesday in the round.
We deserve all that. We deserve all that. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, if they come in and clowning us, guess what?
We can't say shit. Kofi got all the right to talk all the shit he want to. We can't say shit.
We gotta own that. We gotta hold that.
Look. Let me say this, man. Let me say this. I heard all the political shit from you, big bro, Berto. I heard all the political shit. Let's just call it what it is. Are we surprised? When we think we got something going, what do we always do as a franchise? Play down to the competition.
Yeah,
that's what this shit boils down to, bro. Untimely penalties and Younghoe Koo. I'm gonna say it. Younghoe Koo cost us this game. Did we leave some players on the field? Absolutely. But you missed 3 field goals within your range, and not only did you miss them, you missed them bad. You weren't even close with the shit. And then on top of that, too, y'all saying Kirk Cousins was off his game. No, let's just call it what it is, fellas. He force-fed shit today. That's what he did. That interception to Tyrann Mathieu, he force-fed that shit to Drake London. He force-fed it. He force-fed Darnell Mooney all game long. All game long. Let's just call it what it is, fellas. Let's call it what it is. He force-fed shit today. Like Berto said, that game should have even been close. Not even close. They was depleted on both sides of the football, and we still find some kind of way to drop this football game.
Bro,
some way, somehow.
Bro,
what the fuck,
bro? These folks made history winning the first 2 games, then losing 7 straight. First time they ever done in the NFL. And then you gonna let these folks get off the schneid and get the victory against you.
Hold this comment.
Joe, go ahead,
right
Joy.
here.
Let them have it, sis.
Hold this comment right here. What Retro G said, because I was also that person that said Koo should have been the fuck gone during preseason. I know we can't cuss on here, so let me stop.
Oh yes,
but
you can. Yes,
Koo should have been gone on preseason, and everybody, you got to give him a chance, and then he get in the real games and do the same bullshit. And Lord have mercy, y'all done went and marched in them folk trap and took over them folk trap for them to steal all the work in the trap and sending y'all ass back home looking crazy. That's why I'm really mad, because we did all this marching for Koo to get up here and fuck up.
Right.
It's embarrassing. Yep. Yeah, we didn't show up the first half, but we kind of do the second half type of thing or whatever. And let me say, Judon ain't getting off because Judon be looking lost. Fucking what's his name? Them on the corners, Simmons, AJ Terrell. They still the defense coordinator need to go. Today was a game that was winnable. We knew that they was going to play their hardest because they had just got rid of their coach. And yet and still we go in, and I'm going to tell you something about Koo. Koo is not a personable person. So I don't like him any motherfucking way. He does not at any point talk with the fans, the kids that call his name. He just walk on like his shit don't stink. It stink, and you suck, and I want that motherfucker off our team. That is all.
Man, we got to hark a little bit more. Thank you, Joy. I really appreciate all that. That's
we appreciate the fans' perspective.
The struggles of Koo were noticed in the preseason. He missed 3 or 4 field goals in the preseason. It's only 3 games that you play in the preseason. That should have been a red flag right there to begin with. Somebody should have been brought through camp for some competition for Koo. But we said
that though. We said that maybe you light a fire on this behind and bring in some competition. We just knew that wasn't.
Oh, they got to. At this point, they got to.
I'm talking back in preseason when we said that. We knew it wasn't going to happen though.
Furthering on to Retro G's comment, man, which holds a lot of water still. This team is one and done in the playoffs. Let's talk a little bit about that right now. We'll leave the playoffs for what they are, because that's like another 8 or 9 weeks away. Let's talk about the present and what we still have left on this schedule. The Denver Broncos are no cakewalk for these Atlanta Falcons. The Minnesota Vikings are no cakewalk for these Atlanta Falcons. Oh shit,
Washington
the
Commanders.
Washington Commanders are no cakewalk
Los
for these
Angeles
The LA
Atlanta Falcons.
Chargers.
Don't forget about
And
the
the
Chargers.
LA Chargers, which is our first opponent after the bye, are no cakewalk for these Atlanta Falcons. While shit is riding high and it looks neat and proportioned right now because we're 6-4, seeding comes into place for this for the Atlanta Falcons. So I even said this on the stream on Bleacher Report. Are we pretenders or are we contenders for this NFC?
We
I only
pretending
say
right
this.
now.
Hold
We
up.
pretending
I
right
say
now.
this because
Good question,
we
though,
were
family.
catfished last week because we got 3 sacks in that Dallas Cowboys game, right? Everybody can agree with that. We got 3 sacks. Oh, everything should be trending in the right direction. But the good teams go out and they make acquisitions and they make moves to further better this team and give them competition, right?
Facts.
Falcons didn't do that.
Things
What did we see today?
were flying off the radar.
Chris, who was that kid that was playing number 92? When he showed up on the screen, I said, who
Khalid
is
Kareem?
this man?
Yeah,
Khalid
they just
Kareem?
had brought him
Yep.
up, man. They just had
Khalid
brought him up.
Kareem.
That's more
Was
that.
nowhere to be found. And now
Right.
Jimmy Lake is stuck with a bunch of no-names trying to muster up a pass rush. I don't know if y'all saw the new wrinkle. I call them new wrinkles. Anytime we trot out new personnel in a pass rush package, right? So today it was Matt Judon, who, by the way, is still dropping in coverage, which I don't understand why.
I don't
Arnold
know what-
Ebiketie
bro,
and
I don't
D'Angelo
understand.
Malone and Grady Jarrett. That was their pass rush package today. What on God's green earth is
And
that?
my thing is that ain't putting fear in nobody, respectfully.
Nobody,
I'm
man.
saying.
So
I'm
it
just
goes a long way in saying, because Retro just brings up a great point, man. Not only
And
could this team possibly be one and done, but seeding, if we're not playing competent football or complete football from here on out, we could be a wild card team looking. I'm not a wild card team, but be one of those teams that, like he's mentioning, is one and done because we don't have our shit together, man. We don't.
And the reason why I say we pretenders, the reason why I say we pretenders right now, we can't damn beat the team we supposed to beat. Did the second game.
We always said
Seattle was the first. They dropped the egg that game. This game was to me, this game and next game were must wins to put us in a position to coast on into the back end of the season with a little bit of breather room. Now we don't have that with this loss. And then going into Denver next week, a team that almost beat Kansas City today, an undefeated team. You mean to tell me you trust this team that played this way today and inconsistent as they are? No, they pretenders, man. And if they don't go in and beat the team that they're supposed to beat, guess what? How else are we supposed to view you? I just don't understand.
I'm gonna go a bit deeper, fellas. If y'all don't mind me. If y'all don't mind
Go
me.
right ahead. Nope, go right ahead.
We don't have that it factor. If y'all, and I know y'all understand what I'm talking about. We don't have that it factor. I'm talking about when the rubber meets the road. When you need that timely stop or you need that timely play, we do not have it. They just tell it what it is, fellas. That's just the truth.
I honestly disagree with that. We have the it factor. We just don't know how to use the it factor because certain plays today just piss me off altogether. When Bijan was running the ball, Tyler was running the ball, getting big yardage plays. You mean to tell me you can't take no shot downfield?
Yeah.
That is what those plays are used for. That's what the run game is used for.
I hear you, but I just thought Kirk Cousins. I thought Kirk Cousins force-fed people all game long. That's what I saw. He damn sure force-fed Darnell Mooney when he shouldn't have. The ball shouldn't have went his direction. Just like Berto said, he was not going through his progressions. He was like, he just seen one thing and he was let loose on the football. That's how the whole Tyrann Mathieu interception happened. Kyle Pitts was wide ass open on that choice route. Wide open. Drake London, he didn't even finish his route and the ball was already out. He didn't finish his route. And there's 3 other people around him. I'm like, come on, bro. It was 31 at that point. 33, 34, something like that. But you force-fed Drake London that ball. That's the truth.
Do y'all think that they may have been tired? I do know that a lot of people on Twitter were saying that the guys got in yesterday or last night, got into New Orleans last night, could they have been tired? Was
What
that
the hell
last
they
night
doing?
or
What
Friday
did
night?
that had to be Friday because they don't come in like the night before the game. It's probably 2 nights before, so they probably got in Friday night. But still, through the walkthrough this morning, you supposed to get comfortable with the field. You supposed to go out there and practice on the field and pregame workouts. They today, offensively, they just look out of sync. Even though he had 300 yards, a lot of that was garbage time yards
That
where they
was
were trying to
garbage.
catch up.
Yeah, absolutely
Exactly.
right,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So
And Mr. Robinson here, y'all talking about, but damn it, Pitts was open all fucking
yeah, he was.
day.
I
That's what
said
we
that. He was
100%.
open. Yeah, he's open.
He was
So
open.
He was open.
it
Wide
wasn't
a
open.
just
lot
that,
of the
that
time
push
today, man.
route. This was open multiple times today.
I think the
Multiple.
bigger question is, what's Kurt's comfortability with Kyle? Is it there? Is it not there? Is it ever going to be there? Because, I mean, you got to think, man, his security blanket in Minnesota was Hawkinson, TJ Hawkinson. And I would argue that Pitts athletically is more gifted than a TJ Hawkinson. So how could you not find trust in a guy
Yeah,
like Pitts and his physical
Birdo,
attributes?
we
man?
ain't even got to go to
Athletically,
hockey.
he runs circles around TJ.
Athletically, he
Yeah.
he better of an option than Mooney or London or damn Ray McLeod. But you
We
scared
saw
to
a
throw him the
glimpse
damn
of it.
football.
You saw that acrobatic catch that he did on the sideline
Right.
in the
So
fourth
you mean
quarter,
to tell
right?
me you can't keep going back to him?
That's my thing. It's like,
Come
why
on.
isn't that connection coming together more and more frequent? I can't
I
have these
put that
games
on
where,
Zach Robinson. I put that
yeah,
on Zach Robinson.
I
200%.
just can't have it. I mean, National Tight Ends Day was 2 weeks ago. He went off 2 TDs for 96 yards or 91 yards receiving. He was nowhere to be found in the stat book last week against Dallas. And against Dallas, he should have had a field day against Dallas and those vulnerable linebackers that they had. And in this game here, 58 yards receiving, most of them came on that explosive play. But damn, man, something's got to give and for this connection to start working, man, because there's something there. You get Pitts involved or you get defenses to respect Pitts more. It opens up everything else. You get less double teams. You get wider running lanes because now you can't load the box or try to contain anybody, man.
The craziest thing to me, man, was the craziest thing to me. You got them backup corners, a backup safety, and linebackers that can't cover a tight end. And you mean to tell me you can't get him the football? You mean to tell me you can't put
I
together a
gotta
game?
take a shot, man, because this shit pissing me off, man. I gotta take a shot.
I want to ask a question after you finish, Smitty.
Go ahead, Joy. Go ahead.
Now, and y'all could be real. This question is probably gonna piss people off, but I don't give two fucks. But I watch about how so many people talk about betting. Oh, this person needs so many yards. This person needs so many yards, or this team needs so many yards. Do you think that Las Vegas or wherever the betting crew is plays a role in how these games are played?
Oh, but to be honest with you, Joy, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I start thinking about it like that, that's gonna take a lot of fun out of football because it's already a lot of conspiracies out there. We're just
that's true, but I say, yeah, it takes it changed the complexion of a lot of games, even the Super Bowl, if you ask me, because you got to think about it. Honestly, if we didn't have fantasy football, a lot of these games would go the other way. Even the referee would probably be better. Vegas controls a lot of these games. Let's keep it real, because I guarantee you, that Kansas City Denver game, I guarantee you the damn the line on that game I think was 7 points, and by them only winning by 2 points, a lot of people won money off that game.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
The
that's why I
Chiefs
said
were 7.5 point favorites today against the Broncos.
Exactly.
The Chiefs were 7.5 point favorites against Denver today. 7.5 point favorite.
Exactly.
Yeah, hey, that's why I say it's a touchy subject, but it's out there, man. It is.
But let's get to the defense, man. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Let's get to the defense right quick.
Right.
As I told y'all, the first half, Chris said, defense played like trash, and I agree with that. But one thing I like about this coaching staff, the second half, the defense always locks down, gives you a chance to win. And even though they're not getting after the quarterback, they're still making key plays. The linebackers, we need linebackers this offseason. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. The linebacker room needs to be retooled. No way around it. So the defense this game, they gave you a chance to win the second half. And like somebody said in the chat earlier, Jerry Gray has to take over this defense at some point. It's just no way around it. Because if he doesn't take over this defense, it's gonna be our downfall on the back end of their schedule.
Bro,
Why?
after the bye.
But go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? After the bye, we should stare at a brand new style or scheme of defense. I don't give a fuck what he says. Oh, you know what the coaching staff has to say. You got to scrap this bullshit 3-4 defense. We don't have the fucking size for a 3-4 defense. We don't. Right. The most important key in the 3-4 is a nose tackle. We don't got a nose tackle. Eddie Goldman, sure, he might have the measurables and shit like that, but he don't play like one, man. He
played better today. I give him this credit. He played better today. But
I guess sparingly, but really, in essence, man, a 4-3 will probably take this team a little bit longer. You know, down the road, defense-wise, getting the numbers up.
Yeah, honestly, you need 3 guys at least 315 pounds or over to run a 3-4 defense. Just that simple. But
I said that from the very beginning, Smitty. Me and you talk all the time. I tell you this all the time. I say that. I asked the question this last weekend. Everybody got caught up in the 3-sack game against Dallas, and I asked the question to everybody: Is this the one-off, or is this a sign of things to come? Everybody kept saying, "Oh man, wait, this is a sign of things to come." Shit, I got to see it more than once because I'm telling you, if you don't have that consistent pass rush, especially when you get in December, January, playoff time, you're gonna need that pass rush. And something keeps telling me this shit will come back and bite us in the ass. And you can come back and watch this live stream and say, "Yep, let's get a G8." He did say that. I keep telling y'all this shit.
But
one of the sparks. Hey, listen, one of the sparks that was a part of the pass rush from last week wasn't even fucking there today. Damone Harris, where was he?
That's why I said what I said, Berto. That's why I said what I said.
He didn't even play.
It's crazy. The pass rush was working when he was on the goddamn field. When he was
honestly,
somebody said it, man. You mess around and you don't elevate this guy onto the main roster, he's gonna get poached by another team. He's going to.
And honestly,
he got that motor, man, and he's got that hunger.
He does.
And another thing is, too, fellas, remember this? Remember that Tampa Bay game? Remember how we were pointing out little things?
Yeah.
Even though it was in a win, these same things.
Same shit happened. Yep. And my thing is, I understand you traded a third rounder for Matthew Judon. Let Damone Harris take his spot for a game or two, put some fire up under his ass, and make him play harder. That's how you fix one of them problems. And even though he ain't got nobody on the other side, man, it's not an excuse anymore. Because you let a guy come out the practice squad, got elevated on game day, come in and make more plays than you did.
92
right there, Chris. Look, even Deke is asking who was number 92.
It wasn't Jared. He actually played. Trained his number. Jared still number 97.
His name Khalid Kareem. Yeah, he actually played for the Falcon practice squad last year, so he's been around for a while.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But again, you didn't have Damone out there. Yeah, you guys, you didn't have no pass rush out there. You nothing. Like I said, Grady and Amenyata, you know, as far as like getting a push and everything, those were the guys that really was like the best guys on the line for me. I think Amenyata even got like a QB hit, you know, so maybe a tackle for loss, but that don't help you, man. You still got a clean jersey out there, Derek Carr. You know, you still not generating a pass rush, and again, you're getting into the point to where you're going to need a pass rush in the later half of the season. You're going to need it, man. You're going to have to. It's going to have to be generated now because we have already passed the trade deadline. So
and let me say this right quick. I did. Y'all know I do the free agent target videos, and people always tell me why you bring up these old, out of shape, whack old players. Some of these older players got more heart than these younger players. If we bring in Justin Houston right now, it's going to help this entire rotation. not only because of play on the field, but what he brings from a mentality standpoint, what he brings from a teaching mentor standpoint. So you got to go out and get a veteran that can teach these young guys, because Matthew Judon is not doing it. When Matthew Judon came into it, he was supposed to be that guy to mentor these young guys to put them in a position to make plays. He has not done that. He has not set that example. So now you got to go out and possibly get a Justin Houston, possibly get another edge rusher to come in and at least try, because this is not going to fly. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we fell off down the stretch and not even made the playoffs.
Right.
I ain't got shit to add to that. I ain't got shit to add to that. It's the same shit, man. It's the same shit. Play down to the competition. There's no way in hell we supposed to have lost this game. No way in hell. It's depleted as they were.
Right.
And you
can think about it. Don't get me wrong. Bumping the roads are going to happen. You're bumping the roads are going to happen. You're going to lose games like this. Sometimes, you just don't have it. I get that. But at the end of the day, I think the real reason, not the real reason, but another reason is we lost to the Saints, though. It was the Aints.
But
we lost to them.
Chris, this is not a bump in the road. This was an unprepared team, period.
I agree. I agree, man.
But
that's my whole point.
But look,
what separates the great teams?
Go ahead.
What separates the great teams from the good teams, man? As a football team, if you have a winning organization, a winning culture, one thing you have got to do, I get it. Any given Sunday, anybody can go down. But my thing is this: you have to beat the teams you're supposed to beat on your schedule. Point blank.
Absolutely.
Point blank.
Absolutely agree.
Point blank.
1,000%. 1,000%. Because at the end of the day, we're division rival or not, y'all. Division rival or not, we were not supposed to lose this game today. We should have came out there and been on schedule. We should have came out there. I'm not saying that they didn't want to come out there and do it, but at the end of the day, to be considered as a real, true contender, you have to beat the teams you're supposed to beat, regardless of what their record is, who they fired, who they like. You know what I'm saying? What ice cream they had, it don't matter. You still supposed to win this game, and it is quite disappointing. And now on to Denver.
Facts. But we're gonna open up.
Oh, sorry, guys.
This how frustrated we is.
Shit.
Look, we done got our frustration off. We know y'all want to come in and talk. And if y'all Saint fan coming in, y'all gonna get your head chewed off. I'm just telling you. Right
now. Miss Tiffany Jackson, please, I'm gonna drop the link. Please come on in and state your claim as to why you feel like y'all sound like losers whining. We did lose. If you want to call losers whining, come on in.
Please come on in.
It's a safe space. It's a safe space. Please come in. No disrespect of going on around here. We would kindly love to hear your input on this.
Please don't run. Please don't run.
It's a tough one though, y'all. I mean,
D-Dub.
Double.
Skylar Sellers, yeah, of course you can. We're gonna give everybody 2 to 3 minutes to go ahead and vent, and we're gonna allow other folks to come in as well with respect.
Right, man.
Go ahead, C-Dub.
I've always had nicknames for coaches. Well, I've found Raheem. It's ha kiki, because that's what you did today. You didn't show up. You were lollygagging. You were happy to just be a coach. And that's how I felt. It's just like Seattle, but worse. You came to New Orleans, our hated rival, and decided to let that turd be the effort. Now, let me get on Koo. You suck. Get your foot fixed or do something. If not, get out. That's easy. Our defense? So how did you like those 3 sacks? Because I saw none. And all those people that were mad at me for saying, we need to make a move. We should make a move. If we're win now, let's do it. Nah, we don't need to. We got to take care of those precious draft picks. You mean the precious one that's on the bench? You mean the precious one that we don't let play? That's what we do. So, and then our offense. Zach Robinson, you decided All right, look, Kurt's not having it. I get it. But Bijan and Tyler were running gashes on this team.
Yep.
And we just decided to stop the pass or stop the run just so we could pass the ball. And look, I get it. Time. But also, you saw how quick Bijan was getting up the field and Tyler? I mean, the Saints couldn't stop a nosebleed. But, look, everyone's going to say, hey, this is still an awesome team. Look at what we've done. We have done Jimmy Jack crap. And Smitty just said it, and I'm going to say it too. If we keep see, Raheem is Dan Quinn because he'll play down to the competition. And I'm sorry, I know people love him, but the way it goes, if you don't have these results, and by the way, if we end up with the same record, we're going to have a really serious talk. Because remember, Terry and Raheem both, ha Kiki, said, we're not going to be in the same place. All right, Raheem, let's see. Because right now, your defense,
we can't even say Dan Quinn do that because Dan Quinn not playing to the level of his competition right now.
Yeah, but that was right now. I'm talking about back in the day because he would do that greatly. But that's what I'm saying. These games, you can't play down. You don't have any right to play down. We haven't done anything. We're trying to get our name. And then you do stuff like that, and you're like, you wonder why we don't get respect. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Well, first of
Take
all,
a step back.
Yeah.
say this, man. I'm disappointed in Zach Robinson and Raheem Morris because this team did not prepare. I'm talking about the whole coaching staff from players, all three phases. After Mike Hughes got in our secondary, when he got hurt with that neck injury, I knew it was gonna be a long day. And Derek Carr was kept picking on Clark Phillips III the whole game. Why we didn't make no adjustments? You had Justin Simmons blitzing, like you had your whole front, you had your safeties coming in the front seven. Like, why is he blitzing? You should have had them covering and try to use your front four, even though they won't get pressure. Let them disrupt Carr for a minute, but you let Carr get too comfortable. And what's frustrating with me is y'all ain't even put Richie Grant in. Y'all know he was attacking Clark Phillips III. That man had no help. Y'all continue to let this man stay on the island by himself. I don't get it. Raheem Morris get too like what he's saying. Raheem Morris get too comfortable. You gotta hold yourself accountable too, man. Cause I'm tired of this rah-rah shit right here. You my friend, God forgive me. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. If you don't win these games, if you can't at least get 10 wins, bro, they need to go ahead and fire some of these players on this coaching staff. I feel like Jimmy Lake ain't no good defense coordinator. They need to do something else. I'm tired of us keep playing ball to line off the scrimmage, man. It's been bad all together, man. All three phases. The only person who ate today, Drake London and Bijan Robinson. That Robinson was wake up call. Kirk Cousins start holding the damn ball too damn long. If you don't see nobody open, man, throw the ball out of bounds some way, man. Just don't stare at the receiver. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Yeah, he definitely stared at Drake London. He didn't even look how Willie gave that play. That was some bull
Kyle
crap.
Pitts was open the whole game. They didn't know how to use. That's the problem. Zach Roberts don't know how to utilize his talent that we got. That's the problem. That's gonna hurt us. That's gonna hurt us when we get close around mid-season. But that's all I gotta say, Smitty Smith, man. This is a terrible loss, man. We took them lightly, and that's what Raheem.
Definitely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Carey, what you got?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I mean, where do we start? I was blowing up the chat, but I don't know. I just feel like, I feel the same sentiment that you guys are, speaking, especially Smitty. Like I just feel like, yes, Koo's the easy target. Yeah, you left 9 points out there, but like 2 of those shouldn't even have been field goal tries. Those should have been easy touchdowns. I mean, if we're being real here, and I just feel like I forgot his name. I'm sorry, Chef. He said that no one, everybody should have their head down except for Bijan and Drake London. I mean, who played well really besides those two?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Mooney.
Yeah,
Mooney played well.
Okay, yeah, Mooney was all right, but special teams was obviously atrocious. defense, another game with 0 sacks, 0 turnovers.
Great point.
Judon, dropping back in coverage. I don't understand that when we have no pass rush. We got our hopes up last week, 3 sacks, and we're back to 0. Just
I
don't make
agree.
sense. Why are we not exploiting their secondary when they have all these backups? That's embarrassing. They just got rid of
Yeah,
Lattimore.
I agree.
It's just troubling for me. You're going
Hey,
for
Carrie, you
field goal
preaching.
tries. You Kyle Pitts with that sideline catch. What,
I
24-yard
agree for
catch?
that.
He's
Yeah.
5 inches taller than the guy that I don't even know the guy's name, but he caught that great pass. I mean, why are we not doing that in the end
Yeah.
zone? You know?
Yeah,
It's
because
just,
he was taller than Clark Phillips.
yeah.
Carrie, you preaching right there. You
I
preaching right
mean,
now.
I just
Yeah.
have.
You preaching.
Hey, Karen.
Hey, Joy, how you doing? But I do agree that Koo he's having a bad season. I do like Koo, but I mean, I can admit when he's having a bad season, this game, like I said, 9 points is on him. And I don't know if you saw in the chat, but I did put his quote in there. He took full ownership and said this game is on me. So there's that. But
Of course.
Ain't nobody hearing
you
that shit
know,
right now.
Nobody
yeah,
wants
no
to
one
hear
can.
that.
No
I
one wants
mean,
to hear
because
that.
we know
But
that already.
right. But another thing
Thank
people
you
don't
for
want to
saying
hear
it,
is
but we
that.
know that already.
True, but another thing people don't want to hear is that unfortunately I don't think Koo's going anywhere because I
Nope,
think his
he
cap
won't.
hit is almost $4 million.
Yep.
So I highly
Right.
doubt, yes, we'll probably bring in competition, which I do believe we did earlier in this season. We brought in some competition for Koo, but I don't know what happened with that. But to be quite frank with you, he's not going anywhere. So
Absolutely
I
not.
don't know. We just gotta hope that he gets better. But I do want to know, does anyone know? In the preseason, I guess he changed his kicking stance or something, along those lines, and now he's kicking different than he previously did. What is up with that? Does anyone know? Because maybe that's
That
the
was,
issue.
That's
Yeah,
coach.
straight line kicking. He should have never done that.
Can't hear you,
Straight
Yeah.
Birdo.
line
It,
kicking.
yeah.
Can't hear you,
yeah.
Birdo.
I think if he's just trying to work on his craft and just really try to find ways to sail a kick. Well, goddamn, he did sail him
I
because
think, I
he
think
missed a
that's
couple.
coaching.
But it was just him probably just trying to refine his game. But like you
Oh,
said, Carrie, he definitely shouldn't have changed it because what worked then should continue. You should give that
right. Okay.
100%.
I didn't
It,
know.
Yeah.
would,
I
it
didn't know if
wasn't
it was
broke.
right. Don't fix if it ain't broke. Don't fix it.
That's
But
crazy.
I have one question for you guys. Do you think that I tweeted at the beginning of the game? I felt like Kirk was off. I don't know if it was because we were going against man coverage versus zone.
I agree with that. He
Yeah,
was.
I just felt like, I don't know, like the receivers were having to grab jump balls. It just felt like he wasn't hitting them right there in the basket. And I'm
Look,
wondering, was it him or
But
was it
but
that the receivers against the
the
man coverage?
the thing with man outside of zone, you got to be able to adjust. When you got twin towers as receivers, you got to take advantage of that. That's the
Right.
Yeah,
easy
I agree
adjustment.
with that.
You take advantage of the size
One-on-one.
because their other cornerback was only 5'9" and Drake London is 6'4". You got to take advantage of that. No,
Right.
Yeah, that's
no.
true.
well,
We,
I
we didn't
think
see it.
it's more
We
of
didn't
this.
see
It's more
enough of that
technique. When
Kyle
you
Pitts catcher enough.
Yeah,
It
it
just
comes down to technique, Karen. This is my
Okay.
take on it, right? I just think that the defensive coordinator for the Saints, Joe Woods, really just identified the problem, right? The Falcons' speed at the wide receiver position is really not as respected as it should be. So a good way to try to get the best out of that matchup is to jam them. It's to go one on one. So these Falcon receivers, they weren't looking at clean releases off the line of scrimmage. They had to battle for it. So that's what made Kurt just be out of line or out of sync with the receivers because of
right.
how aggressive New Orleans was playing today.
And
That's
then
my
you also
But
got to
but
think
but
about this with Zach Robinson. He is a first year play caller, technically, so it's different things that
still no
he's getting
excuse.
thrown at him.
I know,
I
but
know, I
Still
know.
no
I'm
excuse.
getting to
I
I'm getting
agree
to
with
my point.
that.
Point
he's been
is,
getting
he's
better
supposed to
every
be able to
game,
make
though.
adjustments sooner. He's supposed to be able to see what the defense is doing
Yeah.
and make the proper adjustments and utilize your weapons.
Right.
And he just wasn't able to do that as a consistent basis today. It just didn't happen. And now you got
Uh,
they matched up man for man against our
yeah.
guys and said, hey, our guys are better than your guys. That's what they straight up did in the first half.
What you got, Skyler?
You think we might win against the Broncos?
It's gonna be hell.
I'll be saying
Okay.
prayers.
No, to me, I think we might win because this game right against the Broncos, we might gonna be like 7-4 because I can see that for real.
Okay. Yeah, I can
Hey, man,
definitely see
I
it too,
love
to
your
be honest with you.
optimism, but me personally, I hate this matchup for the Falcons coming up against
Because they offense is not good. Like they defense is good, but their offense is not that good how we is.
I mean, look what we
But the
saw
thing
today.
about that
We
point
didn't
though,
play
Skyler,
that great of an offense, and they were able to score points on our defense. And
I gotta
and
tell
the
you
thing
that.
about that is too, fellas, when Kirk Cousins is pressured this season, that's when everything goes to crap. They can
Yeah.
generate that pressure. They can generate, knocking Kirk off of his spot, knocking the offensive line back. This is
Yeah,
going to
we should have pressured. We should have pressured up Derek Carr because we should have pressured him out there. Because we should have had a lot of interceptions out there. Because Jesse Bates and AJ Terrell, they wasn't doing nothing, and that right there got me upset. Because why y'all just kept standing there allowing them to get a lot of touchdowns?
Yeah, but that right there, that comes from scheming. They didn't have no help over the top the entire game. So you got the game plan to have those guys have help over the top every single pass play. The deep pass where Clark Phillips got beat, he didn't have nobody back there helping him. In the end zone, AJ Terrell blew that coverage. There wasn't a safety deep. So I mean it was play calling and scheming on defense. But I can say, even though those plays did not go right, defense still gave us a chance to win. So
we should have won.
So I'm not gonna
everything
sweat
that
that
could have
one.
went wrong, and we still had an opportunity.
Right.
So I think we might pull like a win.
That's true. But Larry, what's up, man? Come on in, talk to us right quick.
Larry, what's going on, my brother?
What's going on, guys? Before I say anything, guys, please hit the like button. It's the lifeblood of our streams. It helps YouTube recognize us to get us out in the YouTube universe. For real. If you're enjoying this good content, hit the like button and go to every channel. If you're on Smitty channel, go to Chris channel. If you're on Chris channel, go to Berto channel. Like seriously, man. Like seriously, it really helps out, guys. All right, so on with the game. If you put up like the little tag name also, you'll see what I thought about this game. And it's that, we lost in all three phases. We lost on offense, defense, and special teams. Another game that we came out and looked like we didn't have a correct game plan coming into the game. That's offensive, defense, and special teams. One thing that Kerry said was like, when she was talking about, we coming out looking like Kirk was off. No, what we did was we emphasized on our game plan. They got so many secondary guys out. They just traded Deuce. So we were going to attack him. And when it didn't work at first, we really didn't even touch the ball in the first quarter at all. We had 6 plays in the first quarter. So the game plan from the jump was trash. Get to the second quarter, we finally try to establish the run. About time. But it's eerily similar to Mike Bobo and Zach Robinson on not establishing the run first and trying to establish the pass first. That's ass backwards when you're playing football. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that know, you establish the run first, and then look what the Saints were doing. They established the run, they hit it with play action. People running down the field, butt bunky naked. So, yeah, I just think that we have to really look at ourselves and say, okay, why do we not learn coachable moments? I always talk about coachable moments in a win or a loss. Why do we not learn from coachable moments when we win? We just pack it up, we win, and don't look at the flaws that we had. Obviously, the other teams are looking at the flaws that we had even in a win because they're attacking us straight out the gut with these draw plays or, inside traps that are gutting us. Or play action and we're biting down on it soft zones, picking apart our zone because we're so predictable on our play call defensively. Like Smitty and Berto said, it's a combination of all the things. Special teams is the easy target. Who took the blame? 9 points. You can't get away from that. Special teams can't block nobody. Block kick, 2 missed field goals. Koo is horrible on the left-hand side. He's missed all his field goals on the left-hand side this season. If he's on the left-hand hash, it's probably you might want to go for it or punt it. I mean, that's a teachable moment. We're not running plays if we're running the ball. We're not running plays having that in our mind. Like, guess what? Our kicker sucks on the left-hand hash. Stop running the ball over there to set up the field goal. Run it to the right-hand side. So now he did push it once, and then it, bounced off the uprights. But yeah, he's not seeing the angle on the left-hand side, and you can tell. Defensively, there's no rhyme or reason at the beginning. Now, shout out to whoever makes the halftime adjustments, because we do make halftime adjustments, and then we do play better, similar to the Georgia Bulldogs. But you're putting a lot of stress on the defense and the offense to produce. That last drive, Zach Robinson, Kirk Cousins threw the pick, but that play shouldn't have never came in. I think it was like 5 out of 8 plays you ran the ball for positive, and we're gonna throw the ball. So yeah, I mean, it was a cavalcade of stupidity, and we're telling ourselves we got a rookie offensive coordinator, a rookie defensive coordinator, and a rookie special teams coach. And where did we fail? In all 3 phases. Boom.
No, for real. No, seriously.
I released my time to the Congress.
I just didn't understand why we didn't run the ball at all, at all on that. Because again, just like Larry just said, and I said it earlier, man, we was running the ball down their throats on that drive. You had no rhyme or reason to give the ball to Kirk Cousins because the run game was working.
Dominant.
Play hero. Try to play hero. Hero ball gets you every time.
It's crazy. It's just the situation. Again, I hate when you take the ball out the hot hand. It don't matter what sport it is, basketball, baseball, whatever. You can't take the ball out of the hot hand. It's just that was just crazy. Oh, and another thing.
And the hot hand was Bijan. Bijan been the hot hand in the last 4 games. So
yes,
true.
But Algiers had a great game also. I mean, just run the ball. I don't care with either one of them. Run the ball.
Right.
Offensive line was dominant. Run blocking. His poor on pass blocking. McGarry falling. Did y'all see McGarry fall ass over Tea Kettle on that one when he got bull rush and give up the sack? I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Hey, McGarry got bull rushed 2 or 3 times this game.
And
I was thinking, I was like, he been on injured reserve, but he been out for a couple weeks, right?
Cam Jordan have a sack before this game.
Cam Jordan had a sack this season. So if McGarry was hurt or injured, which is obvious to me, he obviously couldn't stay in front of his people, none of that. Why we got him in the game?
Right.
So I don't know.
Another thing you're talking about, another thing too that we're talking about. Who in the world left Alvin Kamara open on that drop pass though?
Oh, he was
Nate Lamb.
No. That was on number 55 chasing him. That was Ellis.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that was
K. Ellis.
Agreed.
You mean
K. Ellis?
But the funny thing is, you do that and you're looking in the backfield, but Alvin Kamara is the main weapon. Like, why would you lose him? Like, losing that and he dropped it. It was just like they gave you every opportunity to win this game, and you crapped the bed. When you got it on first down, you was at like the 15-yard line. Then you got a penalty. You know what I'm saying? You got like 3 penalties in a row, moved out of field goal range. You was just like, what are we doing? Like, we shot ourselves in the foot time after time and a time again. It just seemed like we aren't prepared for the moment, and we're looking for the lucky moment to come back and whoop, we stole the game, and we're not going to learn from anything. We're not learning from our wins or losses right now, and that's a problem. That's a big problem.
Hey,
I agree.
I got a question though, because I think I brought this up in a previous stream that I was on when y'all let us in here. But is AJ a number one corner? Like
I don't talk. Hey,
And
Playboy,
I
I don't
think I
talk.
answered it. I think I had said
Playboy.
for the Atlanta Falcons.
The reason I'm asking that is because why you can obviously look at Clark Phillips and look at Valdez and see that it's a mismatch. Why is he not traveling with their number one receiver? Because they don't got Olave. Shaheed is out. They don't have a number one receiver at this point, so he coming in. That should be your.
He never moved.
I said it earlier, Playboy. AJ didn't have
Saints
help over
fan
the top.
blowing me up.
Clark Phillips had help over the top. That's a coaching issue. At the end of the day, yeah, AJ was fried this game twice, but again, if he had help over the top, it wouldn't look so bad. So game plan, it just went to shit this game. Let's just keep it real.
I don't know.
Played the Saints. That's what they're running off of. The Saints ain't had no help. Saints ain't got no receiver. So they was just really playing.
But who was supposed to be their best receiving option this game? That's my question. Ain't the best corner supposed to cover the best receiver?
They didn't have one.
It didn't matter. You can't zero it out on that. He got so many drops in his career. You can't really zero him as that guy. It just happened to be him. It really didn't matter. Just like Smitty said, bad coverage, bad scheme in that, and they saw it and recognized it and took advantage of it. He only had 3 catches, but it's for 109 yards. So
right, man, almost had a baby Randy Moss.
And whoever said drop that scheme, stop doing that on certain downs, they didn't. That's why they didn't get any more explosive plays. But it was already too late. And again, that goes back to preparation. It goes back to learning, teachable moments. And I'm telling you, it seems like we're not learning teachable moments. We're just getting by and skating by.
Well, Larry, to your point, Larry, of what you're saying, man, I said it at the very beginning of the show when you came on there. Our biggest problem with us is playing down to the competition. There's no way we should not have lost this game. It shouldn't even been close.
Yeah, we should have lost it. No.
Who was they number one receivers? It was 2 people. It was No and Body. That's who they had. And we still
Mark being real.
And we still found some kind of way to lose this football game.
Yeah.
All they played was injured.
That's what I'm saying.
All they played was injured.
No way you could have lost this game. That's what I'm saying. It's just like it hurts even worse that it's the Saints. That's all. It's our most hated divisional rival. And you had no business losing this game against a depleted Saints team if you're trying to be known as contenders. That's all I'm saying. You want to be known as contenders, you beat teams like this. And let's see how many wins they get with the rest of this season with other teams coming in saying, no, I'm not going to let this 3 and whatever team beat me.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
To be taken seriously, we have to win games like this. Like we said before, this is twice this has happened. Seahawks won. They get off the schneid. Then now you got the Saints getting off the schneid against you. Regardless of what you're talking about, it happened to you.
And to drive the knife even further, fellas, this is why we don't get talked about in the national media.
Yeah.
This is the reason why. We're gonna be. You see all
these
national like Sports Centers, the First Takes, the facility, all these sports shows. Nobody talks about the Falcons. When we do win,
nobody does not talk about the Falcons. I agree with that.
It's what the other teams didn't do. It's never, man, the Falcons are a good team. You never hear that. And this is the reason why.
Yeah, because they always watch us losing all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
now I'm embarrassed going to school. I'm embarrassed.
I'll say this. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour, Falcon Rise Up Tour.
Yeah, man.
They had the Falcon fans out there was on point with a whole bunch of energy. Unfortunately, our team didn't have the same energy. Maybe we need to get my man from One Time for the Fan to go and motivate the Falcons like he had all the Falcon fans out there taking over Bourbon Street for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You know what I'm saying? You can't come into the game being lackluster, thinking you're just gonna roll the football out there and get a win just because they supposedly had all the injuries. Alvin Kamara had 215 yards of total offense the last game. If you wasn't geared to stop him the entire game, then I don't know what we were doing. And again, man, just lack of preparation. Shout out to the second half, adjustments. But again, it is what it is, man. We lost to a piss poor team. We lost to a team only had 2 wins prior to today. Playing down to your competition is a coaching issue.
I'm embarrassed to go to school.
Any way you kick it, these guys are not responding.
You got to go to school.
Yeah, you got to go to school.
I'm embarrassed.
Ain't no need to be embarrassed, bro. We done had way more embarrassing shit happen to us than this.
Right.
Yeah, we need to beat the Broncos for real, because we need to beat them.
Nah, for real.
I'm gonna simplify that for you. I had to go to school in the 90s. Just think about that.
I'm gonna be so embarrassed when I go there. Everybody gonna be roasting me and saying, "Who that?" No.
Hey, we've all been through it. Trust us.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Don't worry about that.
I promise. My thing
When they tell you that, tell them look at the division numbers. Tell them look at the division where they at. They say that.
Right.
Exactly.
They're down below. Because we still
in the league. Thanks to San Francisco for doing the job that we couldn't do.
Yeah, we still 2 games up. So
we're still in the lead of this division. This division that once was looking really promising is now falling back to what we thought it was. So if 8-8 or 9-7 is going to win this division, okay, Arthur Blank gets his playoff game. But it seemed like that was the goal. The goal was to win the division, to have a divisional game, a playoff game at the bench, first time for the Falcons.
No,
I feel like
the goal. I understand what you're saying, Larry, but I feel like the goal should be way more than that.
I agree with you, but it feels like that was the goal. If we really didn't go out and get nobody at the deadline, now if you believe the rumor that the Giants messed up that Aziz trade by not getting the paperwork in, I saw that. So I don't know how true that is or not. But either way, a deal didn't happen. So if a deal didn't happen,
back, y'all.
So the reason why I don't care about that rumor is because they had way before the trade deadline to get the deal done.
Agreed.
So I don't agree. I don't listen.
Especially when you see Matthew Judon, Garrett before he got hurt, or Jesse Aminata not getting any push. And I want to say this, and everybody poo-pooed this, and I asked the question, where are our sacks going to come from when Calais Campbell and Bud Dupree left? I said it, and everybody said, look, it's AK time. He's going to step up. This, that, and the third. I really wasn't sold on it, but I was hopeful. But on the other side, we got Matthew Judon. I'm like, all right, well, that could possibly, fix that. But again, I think everybody, and not just fans, but Terry Fontenot, severely underestimated the value of Calais Campbell and Bud Dupree. And we have not replaced those 12 sacks.
I don't understand how he could underestimate that with, all these young players on defense. I mean, and you just brought in an inexperienced defensive coordinator. Like I said, it still doesn't make sense to me. You bring in all these veteran players, trade for a veteran edge rusher, but you have a first-year defensive coordinator. Just make that make sense. This is why we said earlier in the show, after the bye week, you got to make that change to Jerry Gray to get these veterans going to motivate these young players. It's been vice versa. It's been vice versa.
The whole thing with Bud and Calais, they started to want to believe in the young guys. They wanted to give AK his opportunity and everybody else that came with it. Was it the right decision? Doesn't look like it now, but that's what they were thinking. I don't agree with it, but that's what they were thinking. And Bud Dupree, he's out there. The Chargers really don't even want him because he causes a lot of penalties. Calais is still being productive down there in Miami, and I was kind of
he down there in Miami Dolphins with What's his name? What's the name of our tight end we used to have? His name 81, Geno Smith. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, regardless, Calais still being productive down there. I was thinking, do they make a move and bring Calais back? And that didn't even happen. So it's just like now we are stuck. Well, okay, I'm gonna say this. Now we have to wait and see if the production is gonna come from these guys. And I hope that a playoff game wasn't the only thing that you wanted to see, because that's just crazy to me. I understand we haven't been winning for years to come, for years before, but come on now, we got to be better than that. The goals have got to be through the roof when you have the opportunity, because windows in the NFL close. They close
fast, quick.
I agree with that, Clay. We probably still won't draft the edge rusher with our first round pick next year.
If he don't draft an edge rusher, he needs to be fired on the spot.
If they don't draft an edge, what are we going to draft?
I don't even care what round.
Bro, we drafted a wide receiver. Y'all know
why though?
Like,
why? Because we draft offensive players, bro.
I get that, but
right there.
At this point, it's one ball and 7 niggas. I'm sorry, but it's like we gotta get some defense, bro. Like I'm sitting here watching them they out there getting cardio, dog.
Yeah, we should have got some more pass rush for real.
Shit, bro. Like,
well, I needed that laugh. That tickled me.
Shit.
We should have got some more pass rush. For real.
Hey, they should have left Lorenzo Carter in there, bro. Because all I'm seeing is 4 Lorenzos out there. That's all I'm seeing.
Oh Lord.
Shit,
that's why he went on IR, man. It was like it's too many. Now, all jokes aside, though, man, for real, just we hope that we generate a pass rush, because, man, my thing is I want to go further than just having a playoff game. Shit, I want to win that thing. I want to go a little further. You know, it's just like I got higher goals, and I understand we haven't been winning in years, but for some teams it can go from worst to first. We've seen that. We've seen guys like go from like trash one year, next thing you know, a year or two they win the Super Bowl.
Well, Buffalo Bills being cold.
Commanders this season.
Hey, Chris, I'm gonna say that usually I'll be ready to jump down the Falcons' throat, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
I still see us winning. I still see us winning 11, 12 games this season, right? But
I do too.
But we're like number 21st in pass allowed. Like we allow 200 some yards a game in passing. Is our defense like it's not even just blaming AJ Terrell at this point. Justin Simmons ain't showing up. I'm watching him. He's not showing up at all, man. He's not making no major plays.
I agree.
I do feel like Bates be back there arguing with their ass. You know what I'm saying? Because you can just tell by the face expression. You can tell he be kind of fussing at him and shit, but it don't really kind of just show a lot. But I also feel like we gonna get our ass popped first round, man. We gonna go to the playoff and should nobody be screaming those Super Bowl Falcons this year, man. I feel like it's so many teams that look like they're gonna be 11, 12 wins in that we.
Oh yeah, like the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, they the most undefeated.
Never get in off a wild card, man. I don't see it's gonna be a lot of teams that's got 10, 11 wins that's chasing the playoffs, man. Like it ain't gonna be no 8, 9, you know what I'm saying, 19 game winning teams that's gonna be in the playoffs. A lot of these teams are already gonna be 10, 11, you know what I'm saying, 10, 11 wins in. I see us getting popped, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even because of Kurt. Everybody trying to blame Kurt, right?
Yeah, that's true.
We've been a second half team all year. All year, bro. We ain't been whipping no ass first, second quarter, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Today, I turned the game off first half because I knew second half we were gonna come out and Kirk Cousins gonna throw over 150 yards, 175 yards.
That's what I was just gonna say right there. Where we should have.
I knew Kirk Cousins gonna come out and throw 150, 175 yards. I also seen Kyle Pitts' face expression. I don't know how many of y'all be paying attention to the players' expressions, but I do.
Oh yeah, I be seeing it too. Yeah, I be seeing it.
He is not happy, man. Kyle Pitts
he's not.
He's playing because he's got to get a chance, bro. Kyle Pitts is not happy with where the game playing. He's not liking the fact Mooney and Drake are getting majority of the passes. Kyle Pitts was open 5 times this game, man. 5. I was like, yo, is he purposely not like throwing it to him? Like, is he
On top of
purposely
that,
not throwing it to Pitts or what? Then he fumbled 2 times, man. Kirk Cousins is a turnover magnet, man. He hold the ball way too fucking low. My son can rush around and swipe at your hand and get that motherfucker up out your hand. You feel me? He holding it too low. He holding it too long. The pass block, they blocking for as long as they can. He actually had like 4 seconds on one of those fumbles. He had like 4, 5 seconds. He just waiting like they gonna give him infinity of life.
Didn't go through his progression. That's all that was.
Right.
Didn't go
But
through
Clay
his
make a
progression process.
good point right here.
And then
We were bull rushed a
Kamara
lot.
wanted us to win, man. He purposely dropped that goddamn pass. He was trying to
yeah,
tank
come
the
out here.
season.
He wanted us to win that
He wanted
game.
us to win that game, man. Kamara
Hell
dropped that
no, bro.
motherfucking pass on purpose.
Hell no, bro.
And the Saints wanted us to win. They gave us plenty of opportunities. We just didn't grasp it. You know, I go back to week 2. Remember how Saquon gave us the opportunity and we drove down the field and took advantage of it? We did not.
Right. Definitely be stealing Pitts.
Ain't no slick stealing, man. Pitts be out there half-assing, bro. I'm tired of people trying to take up for Pitts, man. Pitts be half-assing, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, no,
Pitts be half-assing, bro.
I'm with you on that. Pitts be half-assing, but you gotta. I play ball, bro. Morale is everything to me, bro. I told Smith and them this like a year and a half ago. I was like, yo, them bouncing Mariota and Riddle gonna fuck up the morale of the team, home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The morale between Pitts and Cousins is off. I don't know, Cousins want his number 8 jersey or what.
Hey, but then you gotta
out there half-assing because he knowing he ain't getting no.
No, man, you gotta ask yourself the question too, because everywhere Kirk Cousins done been, he done made the tight ends targets skyrocket. It ain't about that. If you feel like you ain't getting the ball, do your fucking job. Even Drake, when Drake don't get the ball, you seen Drake out there run blocking today.
No, Drake blocking his ass.
You seen Drake? That's morale. That's team. That's team involvement. That's culture. If K Pitts ain't gonna be a part of that culture and he don't give a fuck because he ain't get the ball, bro, trade his ass.
Bro, we can't even have Pitts running downs, bro.
I agree with that 100%.
Like, when we have Kyle Pitts in the game, we are passing the ball 99.9%. When you have a player like that who's supposed to be a tight end that, wears a tight end number, but don't play the tight end position, it's just like, dude, we know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? We know how to defend you. We can defend you with a small-ass 5'9" corner. You know what I'm saying? Now, shout out to him for finally mossing somebody like he's supposed to do. But come on, man, if you're not going to be a professional and run every route to the hardest of your ability, then when you come off the line half-ass, they know this to go off of you. Not the cup, because you're not getting the ball. Because you're not the primary target. You can tell when Kyle Pitts is the primary target because he explode off the line. But we can never run the ball. Also, we doing all this motion and stuff like that. Running a bunch formation. We ain't fooling nobody. Yeah, but we're not fooling nobody when we have him in close to the line. He's going to go out for a route. He ain't going to block. And we definitely not running to that side. So, again, we are handicapping ourselves. If this dude is not going to be out there and blocking, he can't block better than Drake. Drake is the real tight end on this team. He works in the spot. He runs all the tight end routes perfectly. He's the smaller tight end. And Kyle Pitts is the slower wide receiver. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. If you don't let them take you, you really ain't a pro.
I got a quick question, Smith.
You the fourth pick in the draft.
You think they gonna trade Pitts next year though?
It's a possibility.
I'm thinking that he's gone.
It's a possibility.
They have to.
No, I don't believe that.
One is a better option, man.
Yeah.
One is a better option. Mikael Pruitt was a better option. Jonnu Smith was a better option, man. While all these have thrown away guys off the street are better tight ends than you, bro. And you supposed to be the unicorn. Like, come on, I appreciate him getting the catches and stuff like that, but you don't play the position of tight end. And when you're in the game, we don't even have an opportunity to run unless we bring in Charlie Warner, and whatever side he's on, that's what side we're running to. So we're tipping our plays with him, bro.
Right.
Yep. Stop defending this dude as a tight end.
And Kirk Cousins did have a revolving door at tight end in Washington and still was able to make tight end plays.
I mean, Michael Pruitt got more touchdowns. My bad. This year, he got enough touchdowns that he got more touchdowns than Michael Pruitt. You know what I'm saying? But before this year, Michael Pruitt in limited time had double the touchdowns than Pitts in his entire career here as a number 4 pick.
Pitts just don't have that drive, man. They just keep it real.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man.
Red shirt was 100% right. We like when Pitts get the catches, but he's not a tight end, bro.
Yeah.
And if we can't run simple sets, play action is never going to work with him in the game because we never run the ball with him on the line. We never run the ball when Cal. It's 100%. No, it's 99%. I think we run out of that one time when Cal Pitts come across the formation to see what they're running man or zone. We've run it one time this season with him doing that. And guess what? We lost 3 yards on it.
I mean, Pitts, he's been using the end line. The more closer that you put him closer to the end line, he has been able to take advantage of the middle of the field. I just feel like we're not fully finding him too. I'm not saying he don't have Fagger. He damn sure do. But what I'm saying is, like, I feel like sometimes we don't always find him. I feel like sometimes we don't always target him when we should. Because he does get open. I mean, it wasn't just this
man.
game.
Pitts was open 4-5 times today, though. Regardless
of how the field, that's fair.
He was open a lot of times today, man. He was, bro. He was open.
But that's like conditioning. Like, you feel me? Like, if you see a player always have butting it out there, now if he busting his butt, you can't depend on the effort. That's the thing. You got to depend on the effort. If somebody consistency brings excellence. If you're not consistent, they're not gonna look your way as much. It's not fair, but that's what it is. And I think that's the problem. That's the disconnect between Kirk and Pitt. Because everywhere Kirk has gone, tight ends have thrived. Period, point blank, man. Period, point blank. Play action and tight ends have been his bread and butter. Like, to the point that he do it. Like, if you're talking about Falcons and quarterback and using a tight end and being a safety blanket. Like, Kyle Pitts should be a perfect match, but it's just not. It's just not, because that's on him, not on Kurt, in my opinion. There's other things about Kurt that I got a problem with, but not that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. We disagree, but I like the point about him being open, though.
I
Yeah,
would like to say this. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. No. You
go ahead, Sean.
This what I would have to push back on y'all. But that's what I respectfully disagree with you guys when it comes to Kyle Pitts. First things first. 2 catches on 3 targets the whole entire game for Kyle Pitts. So that should tell you something in itself. But at the same time, I've been an advocate of Kyle Pitts. Is it times where he's lazy? Absolutely. But my argument is this. Go back to his college days. Go back to his rookie year when he was playing with Matt Ryan. How was he utilized? Kyle Pitts is best utilized when he's in space. In the slot or on the outside. He's never been the on-the-line type of guy. He wasn't used like that in Florida. He wasn't used like that in his rookie year with Matt Ryan. It was a reason why he was the 4th overall pick in the draft. It was a reason why he became the first rookie to hit over 1,000 yards, receiving. He was in space. You have to use that 6'6" body frame and line him up against a smaller cornerback or a smaller linebacker in space. His strong suit is not lined up on the edge on the offensive line. That's not his strong suit. That's never been his strong suit. Let me get this one last thing. I put the onus on that of Zach Robinson. Putting him in positions where he can get those mismatches, and Kirk Cousins can identify that pre-snap. He's not being used right. I'm gonna say it. He's not being used right.
Okay.
Facts. No facts. I agree. He was over 4-5 times today.
Hey, that's understandable, man.
We'll be getting open sometimes.
It's still going back to effort, though, guys.
That's understandable.
I'm not disagreeing with that, Larry, because he do be half-assing sometimes.
You are a tight end.
We don't fully give him the opportunities that we be seeing him. If you look at all 22s, so you will see Kyle Pitts be open more often than not.
I see every tight end in the league taking advantage of when they out wide and when they on the end of the line. They is taking advantage of being able to run block, help pass block, sneak out, find the holes, whatever. He just because he a unicorn, just because he tall, just because he work in space, don't mean that's all we need you to do. This team is a running team, bro. We've been running the ball for 4 years straight. So your job as a tight end is still to help seal off the edge, help with the run game. We got to utilize you more than just catches. I mean, I don't understand. I think people are so infatuated. People infatuated because he was supposed to be some type of Julio replacement, bro.
Right.
And
We lost Julio.
That's why we drafted him.
We lost Julio.
That's why we drafted him, fam. And we can all keep it real. When Julio made that call or Shannon made that call to Julio, we already
come on, I'm out of there.
Yeah,
I'm out of there. Talk about that.
You should have drafted Chase. You should have drafted Jamar Chase if you really wanted to get a Julio.
Yeah, if you're gonna replace somebody,
let's don't even talk about that no more. I don't even want to talk about it. I get ahead.
We know, Larry, man. We know, man. We know.
Hey, I got one last point I'm gonna make though before I leave. With nobody talking about, we are shooting ourselves in the foot when it comes to penalties, man.
Oh yeah,
like literally, we are backing ourselves up 30 yards with penalties, bro.
Yeah, nah, that was crazy.
That's ridiculous. That's discipline, man.
Up and down all season on penalties, shooting ourselves in the foot. A lot of times we've been on here saying it don't even be the other team. It be the Falcons beating the Falcons.
Bang, bang, right in the toe.
Falcons going Falcons.
And on that point, I got to say this. On those points, I got to say this to end the show, and I'm gonna just put it like this: we lost to a team that's already out of the playoff picture. That was coaching. That was coaching. You can't let your team fall to a team that's out of the playoffs.
They worse than the Falcons.
And on top of that, too, Smitty, on a 7-game losing streak. On top of that, 7-game losing streak, and we still find a way to lose this goddamn game.
We had a chance to make them match the 1980 something year team where they had went like straight 8 losses or so. We had an opportunity to match that, and we couldn't even do it.
I'm gonna go drink this tequila, man, and
we finna get out of here, man.
But big old bottle there, my boy.
Yeah, man. You know, it lasts me the season, shit. You know, but I've been having to use it because
I tell you,
I ain't going that far. It just is what it is. But Larry, tell everybody what to man.
Appreciate you guys having me on the channel as always. Guys, before you leave, please hit that like button. You know, just like Tiffany waited before you leave out for whatever establishment you like going to. But my name's Larry, one half of the Dixon Way. My beautiful wife Shonda's the other half. We provide you guys with live commentary on all our favorite sports teams. For the Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Bulldogs, even my wife Gators. If the game on, we most likely streaming it, you know what I'm saying, and commentating it. So if you guys want to not listen to the national broadcast, turn down the TV, turn up the Dixon Way. That's the motto. Next game is the Atlanta Hawks versus the Boston Celtics. That'll be the first game of the in-season tournament. The Emirates. You know what I'm saying? And, we'll also have a review, Falcons in review on Tuesday, also at 5 o'clock. So we'll have a double hitter stream on Tuesday. Please come check us out as we march on to 10,000 subs. Hopefully by the end of the season, we're gonna pop a whole bunch of fireworks. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Congratulations, man.
Hey, boy, tell everybody where to find you.
We ain't there yet. Yeah.
Hey, man, y'all can find me on TikTok at Playboy Darian. Y'all can find me on YouTube at the Dirty Bird Diner. I ain't been as consistent as I want to be because my job been tearing my ass up when it come to hours. But when I get a chance to get over here and dive into some content, I want y'all can come get y'all comedic relief and come chill, man. Come, you know, just hear what I got.
Hey, man. Hey, if you got comedic relief, you got to invite your boy on the show because I got
man. You don't pull it up. We gotta pull up.
I got you, man. I got you. I'm about to go cry.
Okay, Dirty Bird.
No. Don't go cry.
Don't go cry, man. Don't go cry. We still.
Man, I live in Louisiana, man.
I think that makes us more happy.
I live in Louisiana, man.
Oh yeah, you got.
What's the
These
name of
people,
your channel, brother?
these people
You wanted to do that? No,
at the Dirty
Dirty
Bird.
Bird,
Long
Dirty Bird
story.
down
Dirty Bird
The
Diner.
Bird Diner? Oh, I got you.
Yeah, man.
I'm
They
looking that
blowing
one.
up my phone now. They been joking with me, been fucking with me. You know, I can't run from this. I got the CD folks tomorrow.
Like we let Valdez Scantley drop 3 catches for 109. We got to hold that.
I said, man, we let Marcus Houston do what? What is he doing?
Exactly. That part
He said,
right there.
Marcus
Houston.
Man,
He didn't know he played football.
That's how frustrated he is. Let's get it, GA. What to find? Tell them what to find you, man.
Oh man, I appreciate you having me on, big bro. A1, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all can find me. Any of my gamers out there like to play video games. I play it all. College football 25, Madden 25, NBA 2K 25. You want that work? Come get it. Come holler.
Hey,
Run it up.
I'm still
We can
waiting on
run
that matchup.
Which one?
I added you a couple months ago about the time we had the draft. I'm still waiting on that matchup.
Oh, bro, okay. We'll talk offline. Talk offline. If you don't mind, big bro, I want to make this announcement too. With motivation from big bro and Tip. I finally got the second channel started. You know, let's get it _GA. That's what I'm gonna finally be doing, the Falcon streaming and talking everything Falcons, Hawks, Braves. I'm finally gonna do it. You know, so I had to get a light fired up under my ass, and I'm gonna get that thing popping. So y'all go ahead and follow me on that one too, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it,
man. Hey, y'all look out for that because you know we're gonna promote the hell out of it. But Chef, you ain't gonna get away because I saw your ass cooking in the background, man. You ain't even offer making no food.
I had to move the camera, man. I had to move the camera, man.
The noodles going crazy.
Nah, man. I'm making some
working the hell out them tongs.
Man. Y'all can always find me up under Smitty or Chris page, man, talking and trolling. You know what I mean? That's basically what I be doing, man. I just be up under here talking and trolling with my faggot fan. You know what I'm saying? I love this shit for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to know that it's been a rough 6-7 years without us being in the playoffs. To know that we are going, I ain't expect us to be like no Super Bowl. Like they already exceed my expectations for real. Because I was like, man, we can get past the 7 wins and just beat everybody in the division. We took an L to the Saints. I figured one of them was gonna happen. We're not losing to the Panthers. We're gonna beat them twice. We're gonna beat the Bucs twice. This really our division for real. This was a sloppy ass game, but I'm looking forward to seeing us in the playoffs. And everybody already saying like Kurt is not playoff caliber. He blow up in the playoff. So you know, I feel like this shit. I'm just happy that we're gonna beat out. You know what I mean? For real.
Facts. But you got garlic bread go with them pasta, man.
Yo, I got garlic bread go with that pasta, baby.
Hey, what I'm talking about. Hey, Chris,
what I do?
Tell everybody where to find you, man.
Ain't no pasta without garlic bread, man. Ain't no pasta.
Hey, I'm telling you, Chris, go ahead. Man.
Do y'all see what I deal with? Anyway, you can find me on YouTube, A1 Forever.
I like food, man. What can I say?
That's the channel. Good gracious, man. Can't take Smitty nowhere. Trust me. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that. You never rode with me before. I know how you I know what he do.
Can't take him nowhere. But man,
that boy was a fool, boy.
Drop you a plate,
right.
Hey, no doubt, man. I'm waiting on it.
You better believe he is too. He gonna hold you to it. Anyway, man, Instagram and Twitter, man, A1 Forever. Also, the real A1 Forever is on TikTok, man. Come over, have a football conversation, basketball, talk everything from Braves to the Hawks as well. So, man, just come on over, have a conversation. Proud of all my Falcon fans and proud of all my Falcon creators. We're gonna be all right, man. It was the Aints. You know, if it was the Chiefs, we may be talking a little bit different, but it's the Aints. We hate it. We don't like it at all. We should have made moves. It is what it is. Let's see what we can end up at. Because I mean, that's how we gotta look at it. We gotta put this one behind us and look forward toward the Denver Broncos and an old familiar foe in Sean Payton. You know he's ready to see those Falcons. So you know what I'm saying, Smitty, it's on you, family.
Hey man, y'all know where to find me, Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube at Fatboy Slim _21. Y'all can catch me at Chef AD Place waiting on that plate. But this is another loss, man. But we're gonna bounce back next week. We got to keep the faith going into that bye week, man, because the back end of the schedule is gonna be super tough. But time to game plan, retool, and catch y'all on Tuesday night on NFC South Roundtable at 7 o'clock. and catch y'all Wednesday night at 9 o'clock on the 95 North Sports Machine as we start our new endeavor on the Roundtable Sports. Because we trying to grow this season, man. For my boy Chris and the crew in the panel, we will holler at y'all later, man. Peace.